Hi guys, today we'll be grocery shopping and meal prepping for about 4 or 5 days. I want to keep it really simple and healthy and high protein. The goal is to make sure that I am eating and not ordering takeout. My focus is on hitting my goals as far as like calories, protein. I'm not counting or anything, but I want to make sure that I'm eating enough, and the best way for me to do that is just to keep it really simple. So I wrote down a list of everything that I need, my carbs, my protein. Really, I'll be ingredient prepping, that way I can just have everything separate in the fridge and mix and match them so I don't get tired of the same meals. For breakfast, I'll be doing overnight oats. Sometimes that doesn't really keep me full, so maybe I'll have like an avocado toast or a bowl of potatoes or something with it. For my snack, I'll do a yogurt bowl with some fruit, and I'll also prep some fruit as well on the side just to have throughout the week. For lunch, I'll do like chicken breast, vegetables, rice, something like that. And like I said, I'll be mixing and matching, so every day will look a little different. And for dinner, I'll do a ground beef bowl with the sweet potatoes and avocado. Love it with cottage cheese and like hot honey, but I'm currently not doing dairy right now, so maybe I can replace that with like a coconut yogurt or something, or just like have it with some vegetables. Let's head out to the grocery store. Everything is so close to me. Hopefully this won't take too long. It's currently 8:35 in the morning. I would like to be home by 9:30 if I can. Okay, not sure why I even went into Star Market in the first place. I was looking through their berries and every single container of berries had mold. And I'm just like, this is why I stick to Costco's and Whole Foods. So I did grab like a watermelon, pineapple, and a little bit of produce, but everything else I'll just grab at Whole Foods. So we're heading there now. I'm starting off with my overnight oats. I actually prefer overnight oats over hot oatmeal. They just taste so much better to me, and I can make them ahead of time and grab them from the fridge in the morning, and breakfast is done. It's just oats, chia seeds, milk, and whatever toppings I'm in the mood for. They're so good, and they're one of my favorite meal prep staples. I'm cutting up some watermelon for the week. Normally, I love eating watermelon fresh, making watermelon juice or blending it into smoothies, but this one was a little underripe and not as sweet as I was hoping. Instead of letting it go to waste, I'm using half for snacking and freezing the other half for smoothies. This is one of my favorite ways to save fruit that isn't quite perfect. Once it's frozen, it blends up so creamy and naturally sweet. I also love making fresh watermelon juice, especially in the summer, but I'm skipping that this week. I love finding simple ways to reduce food waste and make my groceries stretch a little further throughout the week. Now I'm cutting up some pineapple. This is one of my favorite fruits to have prepped and ready in the fridge because it makes such an easy snack. Pineapple is so refreshing and perfect for grabbing throughout the day, and honestly it's really filling as well. I also love using it in pineapple fried rice for a sweet savory combination, but this batch will mostly be used for snacking. So now I'll cut up some onions. For the red onions, I'm not sure what I'll do with it. I was gonna make some more pickled red onions, but I still have some in the fridge, so I think I'll use one to roast with some veggies, just to have it on the side with some of my meals. I don't know, I love red onions, so I'll just cut these up and see what happens. Before Before I start meal prepping, I'm giving all of my produce a good wash. I usually use vinegar because that's what we used when I worked at a cafe, and I've noticed my fruits and vegetables seem to last a really long time afterwards, but I've been hearing that baking soda may do a better job at removing dirt, residue, and certain pesticides, so I figured I'd give it a try this week. This week's meal prep is definitely potato heavy. I love me some potatoes. I'm using Japanese sweet potatoes, regular sweet potatoes, and baby yellow potatoes, so I have plenty of options throughout the week. One thing I love about potatoes is how versatile they are. You can have them for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or even as a snack. They're budget friendly, filling, and they just pair well with any protein or vegetable. I'm just cutting everything up, adding some simple seasonings, and getting them ready to roast. I'm putting the sweet potatoes in the oven, and I'm roasting my baby yellow potatoes in the air fryer. Having a variety of potatoes prepped makes it so much easier to mix and match meals throughout the week without getting bored. It keeps meal prep simple while still giving me plenty of options. I highly recommend if you're looking for an air fryer, go with this Glass Ninja Crispy Pro. I used to have an air fryer before and I've never used it, and this one I use multiple times a day. It's amazing. And while this cooks, we'll work on the proteins. Everything came out really good, and it really didn't take that long to cook. I think because I have a baby, I did take breaks in between, but if you have the time, you can set an hour or two to just get everything done all at once. For me, I kind of did it throughout the day, but it wasn't bad at all. So I actually wrote down a few notes on my phone. I'm sorry if it's all over the place. I just like wrote down random notes that I thought would be helpful. So the first thing I wrote down is cleaning the dishes as you go. This will just make your life so much easier, and it just makes the whole process smooth and seamless. During the whole time I was meal prepping, the dishes were done. So what I like to do is empty the dishwasher, empty the sink, That way, like as I cook and prep, I'm cleaning as I go, putting everything in the dishwasher. And then once everything is done, I don't have to worry about cleaning. If you just do everything and leave everything on the side, it's just too much. So I've only meal prepped a handful of times, and each time that I do it, I notice that I'm more motivated to spend more time in the kitchen if I have meal prepped in the fridge. So for this meal prepped, I did for like 4 or 5 days. If for some reason I'm tired of the meal prep and I want to cook something else, I'm more motivated to do that. I love being in the kitchen and I love cooking, and when I'm not hangry, I want to cook more. It's a nice way also to build on the meal prep that I already have. Another thing that will be really helpful is writing down your grocery list. So your proteins, your carbs, your produce, everything that you'll be getting. If you're meal prepping for 4 days, writing down each meals for each day so that you know you're not overbuying anything. When I first meal prepped, I would be like, okay, I want some chicken, beef, salmon, this, and that. And it's like, that's a lot of food to be in the fridge for a week, you know? I usually do like 2 or 3 proteins. I feel like after the 4th or 5th day of being in the fridge, like it's gotta go. Just having that list ready so when you get into the store, you know exactly what you're getting. And like I said, I like to prep for 4 days. Everything is still so fresh. I never had an issue reheating things and it becoming dry. Like every time I reheat my food, it tastes still fresh. So I feel like 4 days is like a perfect amount of time to have your food in the fridge. So that way you can meal prep 2 times a week. If you notice, I put like my meals in one container. I kind of like put each ingredients in different containers. That way I can mix and match what I want to eat. Sometimes I want chicken with some rice and veggies. Maybe I'll change it up and do sweet potatoes with chicken and something else. So just having everything in a separate container, and then whatever I'm feeling that day, I can just take it out. I feel like that way works best for me. It just makes sense for me to do it that way. So far with meal prepping, I noticed there's less waste. I'm not wasting things in the kitchen. I'm eating everything and I'm hitting all my goals, especially like as a mom, you're trying to be in the gym and work out. You have to make sure that you're eating right as well. And I noticed that if I'm not having meals on hand in the fridge, I will undereat. I won't eat as much as I should, and I won't hit all of my goals, like my protein and all of that. Doing this will keep you on track, and you also get your time back. A lot of people say like meal prepping is not for them, like they can't eat the same things all the time. If you cook really good food, you really can eat it over and over again. Sometimes nourishing your body with clean, healthy foods is more important than eating different meals every day or extravagant meals every day. So once in a while you can add that to your week, like cook something nice. That's what I like to do. You still can be flexible and eat what you want. You'll just have these meals ready for you, and that also helps with like not ordering out. When I'm hungry, I will order out. Also, it's so hot. Let me finish this video up because it's so hot in my car, and it's the only place that I can take some quiet time to film this video. So let me finish this up because I'm sweating. What else did I say? Oh, also I seen someone said that meal prepping just takes too much time and they'll never do it. And that is true. It takes time. I feel like it depends, because sometimes you can get it done in an hour and a half, and sometimes it might take 4 hours, but at the end of the day, it will save you time. With all of that being said, I hope that this video was helpful to you. I'm already thinking about my next meal prep. I think I want to do either salmon or tilapia, shrimp, like seafood. I think I'll do seafood the next one. I don't know yet. And maybe some chicken thighs. That is everything I got written down. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.